Na ọ bụ na nlota ka Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ka eso kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And ihe anyị kwesịrị ime and ka eso blọk anya bụ ife achọrọ m ibidogoro ihe anụnwa n'Igbo before mbanye na the main program nchọ ime. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, ha jidere Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and anyị ma ebe eso ejide mmadụ nọ kidnap, mmadụ ndị dị involved, right? Anyị wee bido ngagharị iwe. Ka anyị bidoro ngagharị iwe wee nọkọta wee sị anyị kwụsịzi ngagharị iwe anyị na-ewe. Kezi onye a ga-eholduzi responsible? You got my point now? Kedu onye a ga-hold responsible? That is a very big question. That's a very big question. Nnọla etu anụnwa wee lota ka esi wee kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu n'ife anyị nwa na onwe anyị kwesịrị ime. And ife anyị na-emerọ because na o nwere ndị mere gịnị, ndị gbochiri anyị ka yara ime ya bụ ife, bụ ndị anyị kpọrọ ndị isi anyị. Ajụjụ wee bụrụzie kezi onye a ga-eholduzi responsible. I just want to start this as a preamble, mana m ga-ejigoro asụsụ be anyị ka m wee try ka m communicate with our people. Na ọ bụrụ na anyị emere ife anyị kwesịrị ime, ndị anụ ga-eji anyị na-egwu egwu. Kedu onye a ga-eholdu responsible? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu jere Kenya, anọ na Kenya kidnap anya, anyị bido protest. Anọkọta ha gwa anyị si anyị ejezina na British Embassy, anyị jebe sọsọ na Kenya. Mana British Embassy or the British government, these are the people responsible of the amalgamation. Melu ka anyị na ndị Fulani na-emekọsị ife. They are also aware, you and I are also aware, that Nigeria may not expire since 31st of December 2013. Right? You and I are aware that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started this very movement in 2014 after the experiment of this very fraudulent country called Nigeria, right? Now, ejide Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ka ejidere Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, kedu onye anyị kali hold responsible and to give account maka na o nwere ebe ya bụ ife si asị anyị emezina ya. Igbe ebe m na-eji ife anụ a because of this guy na-akpọ very dark man. O so na meseji m ga-edeliver today. Ọ bụ na ndị na-ese ga-eme ka ozi anụ luo onye aka. Ọ bụ na fa mara eme ozi ka na-ezi. Very dark man, Jeluna GT Bank is a bank owned by a Yoruba man by name Let me put it in the screen. Let me put it in the screen. This is the man that owned this very GT Bank. Osa Tajudeen Afolabi Adeola. You know, before with this very bank. He's a business owner, accountant, politician. He founded this very Guaranteed Trust Bank. Am I correct? He founded this very Guaranteed Trust Bank. And this guy, called Very Dark Man, was arrested, right, in that bank. And then his followers, they hold GT Bank responsible as the people who are responsible or who have a direct connection to the kidnap of their mentor. They also say now. And because of that, each and every one of them begin to do what? Begin to take an action against GT Bank. Now, what happened? Before you know it, he was released. But in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we have somebody or a country that is responsible, direct responsible of the kidnap. As in, he was kidnapped. Our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, was kidnapped in a country. And we know that this country is a direct source that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. And then somebody came out and tell us that we should stop protesting. You know what I'm saying now? Now, let me move forward. You see, this guy, Very Dark Man, he's going to fail. He is going to fail. And many of you who are following him shouldn't get emotion of what I'm talking about. You shouldn't get emotion of what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying now? But he's going to fail. He is going to fail. Number one is this. He is going to fail because he is fighting for a country that he is aware or might not know that Nigeria has expired. He cannot tell me that he doesn't know about the amalgamation that put Nigeria, which has expired on 31st of December 2013. That is number one. He is going to be betrayed. And probably they might kill him. You know what I'm saying now? Because the route that he is going to, remember, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in 2012, he fought for one Nigeria before the experiment. Just 2 years before the experiment of the Nigeria, he fought for one Nigeria. And when he saw that Nigeria is no mequatalism, and then Nigeria has already expired, he started the movement of this very movement, IPOB. Are you getting my point now? Now, so also this guy, Very Dark Man, he's campaigning for one Nigeria, he has been arrested that shocked the whole world. Released because of what? Because of his followers. They took a direct action against the person or the group of the people or a company that is responsible or that is directly responsible for his kidnapped, and he is being released. Now they are setting a trap for him. I want you to pay attention very well. They are setting a trap for him, and this time around they are going to kill him. They are going to kill him. The only way he will be saved is to begin to talk about the evil that is going on and then stand on the amalgamation agreement between the British, because British is the Okakpatakpata that is holding Nigeria. Nigeria, as you see today, is an organization. It is not a country. The IPOB under Mazi Odikemma is an organization movement, wants to have a freedom for his people. You know what I'm saying now? Which Biafra has not been recognized in the whole world. Nigeria, as you see today, has already been expired because the amalgamation, some of these things are the things that the legal team of Mazi Odikemma, they need to change their direction of approach. They need to change their direction of approach. You know what I'm saying now? And begin to stand up the amalgamation. You know what I'm saying now? They need to begin to stand on the amalgamation that put Nigeria as one. And that country has expired. That is the reason why that Mazi Odikemma begin the movement of IPOB after the experiment of the country, because Nigeria was put in place, amalgamated in 1914 to be experimented for 100 years, and that 100 years expired 31st of December 2013. So even the legal team of Mazi Odikemma, they need to change their approach. They need to change their approach. They have the right to change their approach. You know what I'm saying now? As they won the case against the organization of Nigeria, because Nigeria is an organization fighting for one Nigeria. Why we, the indigenous people of Biafra, under the leader of Mazi Odikemma, leading the whole Biafrans. Matter of fact, we, the Biafrans, we stand on Biafra. You know what I'm saying now? We stand on Biafra and we say that this is what we want. The Nigeria, as you see today, is a different organization. Nigeria is no longer a country. That is why Nigeria cannot be respected in any part of the world. You know what I'm saying now? So, if this guy continue the line that he is going, fighting for one Nigeria, you have to call a spade a spade. They are going to kill you. Boogie. You're having the winner. Boogie. Boogie. The same way you were being kidnapped in GT Bank, Mazi Odikemma was kidnapped in Lagos. And because they don't have anything against Mazi Odikemma, they set up an interview. That video of that very interview is during the court section, because they don't have anything against Mazi Odikemma. So they want to extract information. They want to interview him, and as they interview him, see what they can get. They couldn't get anything. In the hotel room where he was being kidnapped in the name of arrest, they couldn't find any violent weapon in that very court, in that very hotel. All they find is microphone, gadgets, laptop, computer. These are the things that he used to send message to propagate the gospel of truth. These are the things that I've been able, but they could not see anything criminality against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So they stage up a camera to interview him to see if he is going to change his mouth or to try to extract one or two things from, in order to use it against him. Is the same thing that they did to Very Dark Man. They kidnapped him in GT Bank. They took him to his office, to their office. And what happened? They begin to stage an interview because they don't have anything against him. So they need to create something. They need to create something. But they could not. So because of the pressure by the followers of this guy, and the action that they took against the GT Bank and the person involved, they have to release him. But all thanks to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has paid the price. He has paid the price. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has paid the price. That is why that as many people long to see the next, or somebody who's very close to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, also somebody who can fight for the people, just like the way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So they see somebody like Very Dark Man, and they want to protect him by all means. This is why you see everybody all over the world, both Twitter, everywhere was on fire because of the sacrifice Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have paid. What I'm telling you is this, is nothing but the truth. You must stand for injustice and speak against it. Peter Obi, does he not mean well for Nigeria? The answer is yes. Does he have the opportunity? The answer is no. Goodluck Jonathan, why did he accept defeat? He wants peace to reign. But does he mean well for Nigeria? The answer is yes. What about Sowore? Does he mean well for Nigeria? The answer is yes. Why was he defeated? Because they were not given that very opportunity. I can go on and 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 begin to count about the people that mean well. Even there was an Igbo man in 2019, who came to run for governor for presidency. He mean well, very well sounded and educated. Somebody more Galo or something like that. He came. Was he given the opportunity? The answer is no. They will never give you an opportunity to make Nigeria better. This is one thing all of you must understand. And you must stand against injustice and speak against this impunity and demand for release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. How do you do that? Begin to talk about the thing that he has been saying. It is not just coming out to say that release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is not, you have to talk about, go and listen to his messages. All his messages is online. Go and listen to all his messages. Listen to all his messages where he started, and with the information that you're getting here, put it with and make your research. Then you stand on those things and you begin to speak about those things, but never attach it to one Nigeria. Because if you attach it to one anybody, you say you mean well for Nigeria, you are digging your grave. Anybody that say that he mean well for Nigeria, You want Nigeria to be better. You are digging grave for yourself. Because Nigeria is an organization. The people seeing for the affairs to make sure that Nigeria remains as one, they are the organizer. They are the organizers. We that want Nigeria to be disintegrated officially, even though that we know that it has expired, you know what I'm saying now? We are a different organization movement. So an organization versus an organization, aka the British of the creator of Nigeria. You know what I'm saying now? So if you think that you are going to succeed, anybody at all that think that he's going to succeed in fighting for Nigeria, that person is digging his grave. I am telling you honestly, because they are going to set you up and they are going to kill you. They are going to set you up and they are going to kill you. Of course. Hage boogie. Hage boogie. Hage boogie. They are going to set you up and they are going to kill you. There's something now. They are going to set you up. In 2017, before they attempt to assassinate Mazi Odikemma Nkemdilim in his hometown, in Afaroku Ibeku, in Abia State, he was approached several times to be given bribery, but he refused. They sent him even bulletproof cars, which of course he refused. They sent him delegation for whatever position, which of course he refused. And then the only option that they had is to eliminate him. These are the things that you need to be talking about. And stand where Mazi Odikemma cannot stand. Disintegrate Nigeria. Disintegrate Nigeria. Because Nigeria, as you see today, is an organization. Nigeria is an organization. The people, even the present president that is seeing the affairs of Nigeria as an organization, he is the leader. By name, Tinubu. You know what I'm saying now? The British, American, and etc., they will choose the most corrupt person and then make the person as a puppet to be the leader of their organization. Nigeria is an organization. That is why we call it a zoo. It's an animal kingdom. It is an animal kingdom. Nigeria is an organization because Nigeria has expired. The people seeing for the affairs or the agents that are working for the British government to see that Nigeria remains viable are the piloters. While we that are fighting for the disintegration of Nigeria are also the piloters for Nigeria to be officially recognized and dissolved completely because it has expired. The president you see today or the president that you're going to see tomorrow is nothing, is not different from the leader of this very great movement of IPOB, which is Mazi Odikemma Nkemdilim, the leader of the indigenous people of the Afrans. The leader, when we talk about the IPOB, you have to understand the indigenous people of every Biafrans. Mazi Odikemma Nkemdilim is the leader. Today, tomorrow, and forever. And he will remain so. But in the case of Nigerian government and their masters, what they do is every 4 years or 8 years, depends on your performance, they will choose their leader to see the affairs of the organizers of Nigeria. But Nigeria has what? Nigeria has expired. So seeing Nigeria today as a country, Nigeria is not a country. Nigeria is nothing but an organization. You understand what I'm saying now? That is why I said our case is between the Britain and Biafrans. Britons will answer to the genocide of over 5 million Biafrans. They must answer to that. You understand what I'm saying now? The British, as you see today, they are the people who are engineering about the killings and kidnappings of the people. Britain are the people responsible of organ harvesting through the importation of the banned SARS that you know, created by Obasanjo. How? Because the British, they lack all these human parts, and their citizens are dying of different type of heart diseases. So they need to create a platform using these very SARS in order to go in and then kidnap young people, extract their organs, ship them to Guinea, to United Kingdom. So Nigeria, you see today, is an organization controlled by the Britain. So if you are fighting and you stand for one Nigeria, you are digging your grave. Tomorrow they will come and pick you up. They also say now, they will kill you, they will harvest your organ, harvest every type of parts that belongs, then they will send it, they will ship it outside. Because you're fighting for one Nigeria. Because you are fighting for one Nigeria. Mazi Odikemma was kidnapped in 2015, not arrested. He was promised heaven and earth after 2 years spent in detention. Later was granted bail. And then what happened? They came again with all manner of promises. He declined. They want to kill him. Very dark man have gone the face of the kidnap. Now he has been approached in different type of offers. And the very dark man, as he said, that he is not even seeing that the EFCC have opened his eye. They opened his eye to know that he is useless. So he have already used his mouth in order to condemn himself. Very dark man have already used his mouth. He acknowledged that the enemies made him to open his eyes, that he has nothing. You understand what I'm saying now? So next thing, they are waiting. So the best thing for you is to begin to talk about disintegration of Nigeria, whereby visiting the document of the amalgamation between the Northern Protectorate and the Southern Protectorate, which make Nigeria as being created in this 1914, later given independent. But that very agreement for 100 years expired in 2013, that's 1st December 2013. So if you check from 2014, again 2020 or 25, you see that you have been living, you are a stateless person. Anybody that calls himself a Nigerian is a stateless. That is why when you go all part of country, all part of the world, they don't regard anybody that calls himself a Nigerian. They don't regard you as anything. They don't regard you as anything. And this is the reason why that you see that the British, the Fulanese, are making sure that they want to grab your land. They want to grab your land. Because they know that the country has expired. They know that the country has expired. That's why they can kill as many as they want. You cannot do anything. Nobody can do anything. United Nations cannot do anything because they know the country has expired. European Union will not do anything. They know that the country has expired, but they need their natural resources. Britain will not do anything. if you're hoping for Britain, America will not do anything. No country in the world will do anything. They will want it to remain like that. It is you that is clamoring for one Nigeria, advocating for one Nigeria. Be you who. It is not just the person that I'm directing this message to or using this message as a point of contact. If you are fighting for one Nigeria, preparing for 2027, campaigning for 2027, for whosoever that you're campaigning, each and every one of you are digging your grave. That is the fact. That is the fact. Each and every one of you are digging your grave. It doesn't matter if you're known or unknown. It doesn't matter if you have multiple businesses that are making you profitable in the name of Nigeria. It doesn't matter if you are a military, a police, a law student. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. As long as if you believe in Nigeria, I know that these things will be difficult for many of you to believe, but this is the fact. This is the fact. This very message, it's there, it's official. It is not that somebody is making it up. You that is listening to this very message or are going to listen to it, you are very, very much aware. That is why they cannot be able to jail even a single IPOB member. They rushly tag IPOB as a terrorist group. Does it work? It doesn't work. If IPOB, the indigenous people of Africa, is a terrorist, why then has none of the organizations or world countries outside Nigeria ever tag anybody terrorist? Why haven't they been able to achieve anything concerning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Many charges have been struck off. They have amended many charges against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because if they go here, it is not favorable to them. If they go here, it's not favorable to them. If they go here, they are not profiting anything. If they go here, they are not benefiting anything. They are striking off. And if you're thinking that they are going to achieve anything in the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they cannot achieve anything. What they can only do is to keep adjoining Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why I said that even the legal team, they need to change the terms of their approach. This is my humble suggestion. They need to change their approach. Stand on the ground that the amalgamation of Nigeria from 1914, because this is the reason why that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in 2012 stand before the British High Commission, sending message through Sir Andrew Pocock, who is then the British High Commission to Nigeria between 2012 2015, sending message to him he said, anybody, I quote, anybody that loves Nigeria, let us come out and begin to talk about and stop the terrorism and the killings of the Southern Kaduna women and children. He knew that in the next 2 years, the country will expire. So the legal teams, they need to change the approach. They need to change the approach. And this is also something that is going to help anybody that is going to backward the issue of one Nigeria and begin to talk about this integration of Nigeria. This will be your stand. This will be your stand. Nigeria was amalgamated in 1914 to be experimented for 100 years, and December 31st, 2013, it has expired. So meaning that if you are carrying yourself as a Nigerian, you are a stateless person and you refuse to be a stateless person and you want to have your own your own freedom. The Russians say now, and what are you going to demand? A referendum to be conducted. Those that want to continue with one Nigeria, the Russians say now, they should vote. Those that want to separate from Nigeria, this is a very simple, I am telling you, giving you an analysis, and at the same time, giving you a solution. I am not just telling you that this is that. But as I'm saying, I'm saying this thing, I'm also giving you a solution. And it is not a call for war. Asking for referendum is not a call for war. The government, the country has expired. And many people still believe in one Nigeria. But it has to be democratically, in a way that the people will make their choice. Those that want to belong in Nigeria, vote. Those that don't want to belong in Nigeria, make a vote. This is just these are the simple simple requests that we are making. This is the simple request that we are making. This is the idea that I'm giving it to you. This is the same thing everybody has in mind. This is what Mazi Odikemma wants. He is not saying that Nigeria must be disintegrated by war. He is saying that let the United Nations conduct a referendum so that the people will decide if they want to belong to Nigeria or not. So if the majority want that they want to continue with Nigeria, then another agreement will be reached by the people to do what? To stay in Nigeria. They also say now, these are the things. But if you are fighting for one Nigeria, they are going to kill you because you're spoiling a lot of things for them. They may be silly fever. All this exposition, you expose this one, you expose that one, you expose this one. You're spoiling market for them. Oh. You are spoiling market for them. You're also saying now, you say that your Baba said that nobody is going to kill you. In Nigeria, they're going to kill you. I am telling you this. You say in Nigeria that you say that your Baba said that they're not going to kill you. Your ancestors say they're not going to kill you. Your Baba said that they are not going to kill you. He is not asking you to fight for Nigeria. Your ancestors say that they are not going to kill you. He's not asking you to stand for Nigeria. He is saying, fight for your people. The agreement, the amalgamation. Look at it. I have it here as a document. I have it here. This is it. I have it here. I have it here. I have it here. I have it here. The amalgamation of Northern and Southern Protectorate of Nigeria. The issues and the challenges. They also say now, 31st of December 2013 marked the centenary celebration of the amalgamation. It marked towards the experiment of the amalgamation. The experiment of the amalgamation of the Northern and Southern Protectorate of Nigeria by the British colonial administrations. Just so say now, in January 1st, 1914, was a combination of events right from the pre-colonial to colonial epochs, and with a submission, the final stage of amalgamation. What is that submission? killings and war. They killed a lot of your ancestors. They slaughter a lot of our ancestors, my ancestors. And they were submitted. They submitted themselves to that very amalgamation. This is what he's saying here. This is what here. Combination of events. Combination of events. What are there, those events? Those events are wars. The combination of events, right from the pre-colonial to colonial, to be later do what? Called Nigeria, and it has expired. It expired 31st of December 2013. That was an agreement by the British and the Northern and Southern Protectorate to be experimented for 100 years. If it does not work, everybody will go their way. So not only that you're talking about the amalgamation, like I said, this document, I have it. You can find a way to get yours. I have my own. This is it. I have it. I have the document here. So it is not only that you're speaking, you're not calling for a war. You're not calling for a war. You're not calling for a war, but you are calling for what? For disintegration. Peaceful disintegration of Nigeria. Peaceful disintegration of Nigeria. Because the experiment of Nigeria since 2013, December 31st, of the amalgamation, to be experimented for 100 years. You also say now, that is what brought the case of Mazi Odikemma and the Britain. Many of you don't know that Mazi Odikemma has a case with the British. That is why he said that Nigerian government cannot try him. They cannot try him. They cannot try him. Mazi Odikemma has a case with the Britain. And that very case started on to 2012. The message that he was sending to Sir Andrew Pocock in 2012. That is what gave us the bet of what we are doing today. So the case is between British government and Mazi Odikemma, not Nigeria. That is why I said the other day that Nigeria is not holding Mazi Odikemma. The people that are holding Mazi Odikemma is the British, American, and all the rest of the world powers. Justice Binta Nyako has acquitted and discharged Mazi Odikemma, but he's still there. And you think that they're going to release him? They are not. These are the people, when we say that nothing will happen to them, nothing will, because they are ancestors. They are ancestors that died trying to stop the British from this amalgamation. They fought and died, and they say they resurrected through their sons and daughters, and say to us that we're not going to die. You cannot be fighting what the British, what the white man created, and you're telling me that I want this message to get to this guy. You're also saying now, I want this very message, I want this very message to get to him. I want this message to get in. You cannot be protecting what your ancestors fought not to happen. And then you're telling me that your ancestors say that you're not going to die. Unless if your ancestors is one of those betrayers that betrayed this country, and then trying to say that you are not going to die, then all of you are going to die together. Because I know a lot of people betray betray their own people. But if your ancestors is one of those people that fought, but not for not the combination of event. According to this document, it says January 1st, 1914 was the day of amalgamation, but at a combination of events from the pre-colonial to colonial epochs, and with a submission that the final state of amalgamation was what was celebrated by the Britain, who fought until they give up. Your ancestors, each and every one of you today that are fighting for one Nigeria, your ancestors will be laying curse upon yourselves. Each and every one of you. And this guy said that his ancestors and his Baba said that he's not going to die. If you continue in the direction that you're going to fight in order to protect what the white man created in 1914, which document here says that they agreed to be experimented for 100 years, and then for more than 8 years now, it has expired, and you're still fighting to keep that. You're going to die, my brother. You're going to die, my sister. You're going to die. You are going to die, and they're going to kill you. They are going to kill you. They are going to kill you. They are going to kill you. Because as long as I'm concerned, the organization of Nigeria are not going to let anything slide. They are not going to let anything slide. This document. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. If you make your research, you can go, you get yours. You get yours. If you make your research, you are going to get yours. 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 So, like I said, Mazi Odikemma was kidnapped. You were also kidnapped. They promised Mazi Odikemma heaven and earth. He declined. They promised you. I don't know if you have accepted, because in one of the videos that you made, you said that the EFCC made you to regret yourself, that you're even useless, that everything that you're doing it for humanity. So you begin to regret already. Unless if you betray your people and then betray your followers, then of course you're still going to die. You're still going to die. But if you want to fight a good cause, you must stand on this very amalgamation. And you don't talk about Nigeria to be restored or to make Nigeria work. That is all each and every one of you are talking about. This Nigeria must work. This Nigeria must work. Who is stopping Nigeria not to work? Nobody is stopping Nigeria not to work. The country has expired. If you go to supermarket to buy a peak milk and you saw that very peak milk has expired, are you going to drink it? Are you going to buy a peak milk? Or if you go to where they're selling vegetables and you want to buy a banana, for example, and you saw a banana that has a rotten banana, are you telling me that you're going to buy those rotten banana? Is that what you're telling me? Or probably you want to buy pear, ube. If you ube to no, ube, and you saw the pear, it has already been rotten, very soft, that you cannot even enjoy it. Are you going to buy it? So who is stopping Nigeria not to work? So why are you saying that Nigeria must work? Am I stopping Nigeria not to work? Who is stopping Nigeria not to work? You're coming out there, Nigeria must work. This Nigeria is our own. We must make it work. Who then is stopping you for Nigeria not to work? This is our candidate. He is not going to take us to promised land. This is our own candidate. He is going to take us to next promised land. He is going to make Nigeria work. Who is then making Nigeria not to work? And you're campaigning. If you see a progressive nation, they don't need to tell you. You begin to see things develop. That is why they can never allow you to go in there in order to fix Nigeria. Because Nigeria is being created for nothing but for a business purpose. So it cannot work. Rather, they are going to create more hardship for you. They are going to create more hardship for you. So Nigeria can never work. It can never work. And it's not going to work. In Nigeria, it is not. I am not the one stopping Nigeria not to work. Is Mazi Odikemma stopping Nigeria not to work? He only preached the truth. He exposed the things, open your eyes for you to see and understand. Finish. And then they lock him up. The Nigerian government have no right. They have no right to lock Mazi Odikemma, even for a day. Because the country is a fraudulent. The country right now is operating under illegal. The Nigeria you see today is not a country, it is an organization. It's an organization that is fighting, forcing people to belong to Nigeria, and majority are saying that they don't want to belong to Nigeria. They want to, but then we are telling you what to do. You don't need to demand, you don't need to plead for them. You don't need to plead for them. You don't need to plead for them. Who are you pleading for? You are an organization on your own, fighting for yourself and your family. They are also an organization on their own, fighting for themselves and their family. And what is their family? Is what they believe. They believe that Nigeria must stay as it is. A country that has expired 10 years ago or close to 10 years ago. They still want people to believe in that very country. You yourself, you're fighting and you want your family to live a better life. You want your family to have your own country. And you're demanding for United Nations. These are simple something. Nigerian government it is not a government. Nigerian organization has no right to arrest anybody. They don't have any right to arrest anybody. These are the things that many are saying. This is the thing I'm saying. You should say now, Nigeria is an organization. It is not a country. The fucking country has expired because it is not working. This is the document. This is document. So they don't have any right to keep Mazi Odikemma, to even touch Mazi Odikemma. My angry is with some of our people that are supposed to be piloting the affairs of this very movement in absence of Mazi Odikemma, holding the people that are supposed to be held responsible. He was kidnapped in Kenya. Kenya is the direct responsibility and the people that are going to be held accountable. And because that Nigeria was put together by Britain, our protest is to be mounted against who? Against the British government, the Kenya, and the sit at home, voluntary sit at home in Nigeria. You know what I'm saying now? Voluntary sit at home, and then security for our people. To secure the farms, land of our mothers. These four things. Protest against British. Protest against Kenya. Protest against Nigeria in our land. Lockdown. As we secure, as we field. And then security for our people. But they destroy everything. Or they try to destroy everything. They tried to destroy everything. They tried. They tried. This is my anger with my own people. And that is why we are still standing here. All we need is your support to just open your ear and then make your judgment by yourself. Do the right thing. You also say that because they try, but they cannot. But the issue of Very Dark Man, when he was kidnapped, the people that believe in him, what did they do? Each and every one of them begin to run around, hold responsible to the GT Bank. And before you know it, he was released. 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 Now, let me take you to the video of Very Dark Man. Let me take you to the video of Very Dark Man so that I can be able to see what I'm talking about. See what I'm talking about. See what I'm talking about. Because once we're talking about this, since you need to understand where we're going, you need to understand where we're going. You need to understand where we're going. You need to understand where we're going. Let's go there.
And when we got there, they blindfolded me and boom, took inside, and we went upstairs straight to the cell. They threw me inside, they removed the blindfold, I just sat down. Then after like 2-3 hours, they came, they got me, everywhere was dark. Then they brought me outside, sat down, and they now said, VDM, this is the EFCC. They now put on their cameras. And they put on their cameras, then I said, we are going to interview you now, and you are going to answer everything.
Did you hear that? They are going to interview him, and he is going to answer them everything. This was the same thing that they did to Mazi Odikemma. They had nothing against Mazi Odikemma. They had nothing against, but because that this guy was campaigning for one Nigeria. You also say now, because he was campaigning for one Nigeria, what happened? They kidnapped him. They put a camera, and they want to extract information in order to use it against him, so that tomorrow, if they kidnap him again, luckily, if he's still alive, if they don't kill him, they are going to bring the video in the next 10 years or 15 years or 20 years and say that in 2025, you also say now, in 2025, May, that this is the video, this is the interview that was made. You also say now, they will say this is the video. Now let's continue.
We are going to ask you. They said that. I said, I'm not going to answer you anything. First of all, why did you kidnap me? You would have sent me an invitation. I will come. I am not running. I don't fear nobody. Police send me an invitation. I go there because I'm not a thief. Do you understand? I'm not a thief. I'm not a criminal. So why did you kidnap me like that? They said, we sent you an invite. I said, I did not see any invite. If you send me an invite, I will see it. Now, let me tell you the craziest part. I have access to my email now. I still don't see an invite. There's no invite on my email. I don't check. I'm no invite anywhere. Do you understand? I don't see.
Why would you see an invitation? Nigeria will lie. 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 Let's continue. Let us continue. Let's continue.
Invite, but that's by the way. So they said they sent me an invite, and that they tried to send it on WhatsApp. My WhatsApp is blocked. They tried to do this, they tried to do that. I said, bro, you kidnapped me and you traumatized my mother in front of her. You were cracking gun in my head, cracking gun to her head and everything. You can't do that. Do you understand? Send me until you show me an invite. I am not going to answer you. They returned me back to the cell. That was on Friday. Saturday, Sunday, nothing happened. On Monday, we came down. Do you understand? Now, let's go back to Friday. While we were with them, they said, and your lawyer is here. Your lawyer just came. I said, my lawyer just came. How? So you know my lawyer. Why didn't you send the invite to my lawyer since you could not reach me? Since you say you have tried every means, you could not reach me. Why didn't you send it to my lawyer? Why you not declare me wanted? Do you understand? Why you not declare me wanted? Say, we don't send an invite, you know, call. Now he's wanted. Do you understand? It would have made sense. So obviously something fishy was going on. Do you understand? But I don't want to draw any conclusion now. But something fishy was going on.
Oh, you don't know? I said they are going to kill this guy. They are going to kill him. I give one. I'm not stop at this one Nigerian affair, man. That is why I say many of you should not get emotional. People should not get emotion. You people should not get emotion. Don't get emotion. But they are going to kill him. If he continue this one Nigeria, they are going to kill him. Let's continue. Let me not interrupt. Let me not interrupt.
At the end of the day, I was kidnapped. So they took me inside. I stayed. On Monday, they came. When they came on Monday, now so everything starts. Let's say, very dark man. Now, I was expecting that they will bring a petition to say, this is a petition, this is what you did, XYZ, this is what you did. You know, let me say a petition. I now noticed that these people did not have a petition. There was nothing, there was no petition against me anywhere. Again, I now noticed from the way they were asking the questions, I now knew that these people don't have anything on me. They are trying to discover now. They are curious. They are trying to discover. And I say, wait, that is, there's no problem. They are not just happy the way I was bashing them online. That was my conclusion. I said, these people are not happy the way I was entering them online. That's their problem. Calling them corrupt and everything, they vex them. That's the problem. But again, the way I was moved, another thing that I believe up to now, like it is political, but I'm not going to say. You understand? Move. I won't say nothing, right? So they started with the first question. They brought out this picture. They say, can you identify the people in this picture? I said, this picture, I don't know anybody here. The only person I can identify is Peruzzi. I said, do you know this man on the left? I said, I don't know him. They said, do you know this other guy that's close to you wearing the jeans? I said, I don't know him. They say, you don't know this guy? I said, I have never seen him in my life. They said, okay. So who is Peruzzi? I said, Peruzzi is an international musician. He's a very big star. Peruzzi is a star. You understand? So everybody knows Peruzzi. So okay. Now you say you don't know this man. I say, yes. So okay, so you are holding money here and you have sprayed money. Naira mutilation. I say, well, how would you know I sprayed money? The fact that money, what you call money, is on the air, does that mean I sprayed it? Secondly, how are you sure that I am holding money? He said, so what are you holding? I said, it is prop money. Say prop money. Say prop money is fake money. I say fake money is an intention to have the real thing. Do you understand? The faking it is fraud. So it is not fake money. It looks like money. So I will call it replica. They say, no, it's fake. I say it's replica money. You understand? That's okay. So prop money, where did you get the prop money and how much did you buy it? I said, prop money. I said, I didn't buy it. I said, for Lagos, so it's on the traffic. I just did for traffic lights. I see one guy. The guy said, very dark man. I said, what are you holding? I don't sell money for Lagos. Not even I know they do for this Lagos. Then he said, no, this is prop money. And they use it in acting and shooting skit and everything. You understand? I said, let me see. Now dash me bundles. And that is what we have on the picture. So that is not money. And I said, okay, I should write it down. I wrote. And I said, I don't know this guy. Say yes. They say, that is Kokopi. I say, ooh, this guy is Kokopi. Say yes. I say, no, this is not Kokopi. Because this person looks angry. His face is not arranged for me to know this is Kokopi. But to me, this is not Kokopi. And I don't know him. Now I say, okay. Then I brought the video of Kokopi when he was on fire, when I did direct. Then I said, who is this? I say, this is Kokopi. I know this person. I'm my guy. Do you understand? So this is Kokopi. They say, then this person is who? I say, I don't know this guy. But I know this one. And I say, okay. So this person here is also holding money. Where did he get it from? I say, I give him the prop money. They say, but you say you don't know him. How did you give somebody that you don't know prop money? I said, the person, it was in the moment. And when you are in a moment, you can do anything. So I just wanted my picture to be fine. So I just gave him. And then we used the prop money to make the picture final. It's okay. No problem. I wrote that. Then I said, then I brought Mercy Chinwo matter up. Mercy Chinwo and Easy T. Then I said that all the videos I make, that they pay me to make them, particularly in the case of Mercy Chinwo and Easy T. I said it is an insult to me that they would think that people pay me to make video. That anything I make, any video I make, it is because I want to make them and it is my own opinion to make. Do you understand? And it is my fair comment I make. They said, okay, I should write it down that I was not paid. I said, obviously I was not paid and nobody can pay me. Do you understand? Now, I now said, let's go back again. I said, you asked me about this Naira. What happened to Okoya children? I did not ask Okoya children. You talked about Okoya children, but you did not do anything to Okoya children. Then I said that the Okoya own, that they called their family. That day they were going to their house to make some arrests, that the boys were not home, and they invited the boys, and the boys came. I said, but you people did not report to the public that the boy came, that everything just died down. They said EFCC cannot come out and be explaining everything. But I said that was a public matter. The public needs to be updated. And a lot of people were thinking the law is for the rich and not for the poor. To make it balanced, you will tell the public. They said EFCC does not work like that until after their investigation. Then I understood. Then one of them said, but sincerely, you know that they did not mutilate Naira, that they were just shooting skits. I said, oh wow, they were just shooting skits. I said, no problem. Skit, I say yes. So from then on, I started using skit as a reason for my prop money. So back to the messaging war. They talked about the messaging war a little bit, but I knew they were going to come back to it. So they talk about the messaging war, the EZT, and I said it was my own fair comment, because messaging war, I bring the matter come online. So it is my fair comment. It's not my business. I just spoke. So they tried to see if they were paying me to make videos. That didn't work. They said, okay, I should go back up. I went back up. I slept. They brought food for me. They were nice. The officers there, they were professional. They were nice. Nothing. We were interacting, talking, and, we interacted fine. They brought me back again the next day. Go back again. Then they started with my earnings. They said, how do I make money? I told them. They said, do Facebook pay me? I said, yes. That's the page is monetized. They said, okay. How much do they pay you in a month? We did calculation. So since I started doing Facebook, about 40-50 million naira has come into my account from Facebook, right? So explain. I said, oh, 40-50 million don't come. But do you know the irony of it? I said, no, I am in debt. I am owing the person that pays me. Because almost all the money that comes out of that Facebook, I use it to do charity works. I use it to do charity work. And I am owing, and there's proof that I'm owing. Open the phone. The first thing you see when you go to the person that manages my Facebook account, you see that I'm currently owing the person £5,000. That is equivalent to 10-point-something million naira. If pounds is 2,000, that means I'm owing him 10 million naira. And this is the person that funded my account from Facebook earnings. So basically, I use it. If they even charge the person up tomorrow, he will tell you. Do you understand? Now, my other means of getting money, everything, there's proof. Do you understand? And I see some people dash me money randomly. Like if you see me now, just say, VDM, man, just squeeze like $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 sometimes to me. And guess what? Those money goes to charity as well. Surprisingly. But that day now I know say I'm useless. You see, it was in EFCC, I found out that I was useless. I didn't have anything. Now EFCC, now I make people say, I have been just living my life for people and not for myself. Anyways, we move. They say the YouTube. I say YouTube, they just activated it. When was that? And there have been a lot of bans. So I've not really gotten money from YouTube yet. But to be very honest, I am not.
You see what I'm talking about? Here, according to him, he realized that he is useless. This is the part I'm waiting for. He has realized that that means with this very word, he has betrayed a lot of people. He has betrayed a lot of people. Using his mouth to say that he acknowledged that the enemies opened his eyes in order to do what? To make him to know that he is useless. You know what I'm saying now? So this is why I say that if he continue this way, the statement that he made saying that his ancestors and his Baba said that he's not going to die, he is definitely going to die. They are going to kill him. They are going to kill him. Because your ancestors was part of the people that fought to stop the amalgamation between the North, the Fulanese, and we the Southerners. But they died fighting until the rest of the people submit themselves to the amalgamation. So you have to stand. You have to stand up. Else, you're going to learn, and you're going to learn in a very hard way. I still remember Mazi Odikemma Nkemdilim Nwachineke. Shalom.